Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching. Today I'm going to share with you my Louis Vuitton SLGs. Not so much the collection, I do already have a collection video on that. What I'm going to go over today is I'm going to be comparing how much I paid for it versus what's the retail today and what is the market value, just to determine whether or not small leather goods are worth it, or if there's particular hidden gems within my collection that are more worth it than others. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. If you are new, welcome. I hope you'll decide to subscribe before the end. Be sure to check the description bar for any product information that I mentioned here today in case you are interested in any of those items. Just FYI, I am going to be using fashionphile.com to compare the current market value of my items. I'm going to link their website down below, not affiliated by any means. So with that, let's get going with item number one. Item number one is the also popular Louis Vuitton Key Pouch or Key Clay. I do have it in the monogram canvas. I did pay $205 from the store to get this piece, and it is quite simple. I am using it as a wallet today. Quite simple, just an open compartment with no additional slit pockets, nothing on the outside, so no slit card compartments. This is one of the pieces that is currently still offered by Louis Vuitton both in store and online. The current retail for this particular piece is $325. For the comparison within Fashionphile, I want to say that my piece in particular is in very good condition. It does have a faint smell of like nickel or copper inside of the piece, so for that reason I'm not going to classify this as in excellent condition, even though it doesn't have any chipping of the actual monogram or any corner wear at all. My zipper is showing just a tad bit tarnishing or color change. My actual key charm looks pretty good, a little bit of some oxidation in between the rings, but other than that the inside is in perfect condition. But because of the smell and I guess I can say a little bit of the hardware tarnishing, I'm gonna classify this as still in very good condition. So I did go to fashionphile.com, also typed in Louis Vuitton Key Pouch and monogram, and then I did a filter for very good condition. So then we're just gonna take a peek to see which one I feel like very close to mine. So maybe between this one that is $360 or $310. Let me take a look at those two. Okay, so this one has some detail on the canvas, edge wear and scuffs. Okay, so this one is a good option, even though I think it has more wear than mine. So I'm gonna take a look at this. Oh wait, that one is excellent condition. So I'm gonna come back. Did I reset my filter? It sure did. Okay, so condition, very good. Apply filter. Maybe this one, let me see, $395, very good. If you're ever purchasing on Fashionphile, always take a look at all the images of all of the pieces. Let me just go back to this one. Okay, so this one looks more like mine. All right, so $360, and that is what the market value is for this piece. Again, the retail price is $325. So at the market value being $360, I have personally gained money off of buying this one at $205 when I did years back. However, going back through the prices at the retail being $325 and then $360 from the market value, that is $35 more in the market value that I have an advantage if I so ever wanted to sell my piece. If you're in the market and you're looking for this piece, just go straight to Louis Vuitton and acquire the item. That way you can have that peace of mind that one, it is authentic and you are going to be the first owner. Make all those hairline scratches on the hardware or anything that may come with normal wear and tear of this piece. That is my personal recommendation. Now with all of my pieces, I do try to take very very good care of them whenever I am using them, and even whenever they're in storage. I do have the dust bags, I have my boxes, and I do also have my receipts. If I do want to sell my piece, it does have a little bit of more value because of all of that combo that I would be selling it with. But we're talking about selling. All of the items that I'm going to be showing you today are not for sale. They are a part of my collection, and I still very much love and enjoy them. Item number 2 is a key pouch. This is in the Empreinte leather with the Marine Rouge combination. That is the navy with the red glazing on the sides, and this piece is very amazing. It is my favorite, hands down, out of all of my little SLGs that I have in my collection. I've used this non-stop up until about 2 weeks ago now, whenever I switched over to my key pouch. This was my wallet for 3.5 years straight. So whatever wear you do detect on this piece, I am 100% okay with it because I did use it for a very long time non-stop. So I am very proud of this piece. With that said, this piece is discontinued. Whenever I got this piece, it was actually purchased by my husband, and the retail price at the time was $440 US. I was interested in getting this same piece in a black. I want to say that it went away in 2021. If you did get it around that time, let us know what that purchase price was. I wish they didn't discontinue it because I think it was fantastic, and if they would have made this in like the By the Pool collection, I think it would look so pretty, and I think I would get it. The last collection that they made this piece in, I think it was like the Wild at Hearts. I want to say that's the name of the collection. It was so pretty, but I was kind of in the fence about it. Like, how do I feel about that cream color? Like, is it gonna get stained? So I never really pulled the trigger on that one, but I want to say that is the last limited edition version that they made of the key pouch right before discontinuing it. Let me give you a quick tour of what my item looks like. It does have a little bit of wear in the corners, or at least coming from the glazing. It does have a little bit of darkening of the glazing. Whenever I did get it, I want to say it was more of a poppy red or more vibrant red than it is now. It could just be that I need to clean the piece. This does offer a back zipper pocket. This is where I would house my cards when I was using it. In the inside, it is a leather material. It is not textile lining. It does have an open compartment with a gusset right here on the side if you did want to put extra cards or bills, or I actually used to keep my key fob in here and it would fit just perfect. I do have a video on this already comparing it with another item. Any relevant videos that I have on my pieces, I will put that down because I'm pretty sure it's gonna get a little bit annoying that I say I have a video on this and that. The key ring and the chain on it is a little bit different than the one that is on the key pouch. It is actually a little bit prettier to look at, I want to say. Now mine does look a little bit dull. I never use this as a charm. I never hung keys off of this piece. I never use this particular chain. It's always been tucked away here. I do have a protective sticker right here, and you can probably tell that on the edges that are not covered, there's a little bit of silver picking through. And that one also does have glazing, which is in pretty perfect condition in my opinion. So going through the glazing now as I am talking about it, it is pretty decent on this top flap. Even right here where I do open and it does create creasing, there is no cracking of the actual glazing on this side. And then you can kind of see like around here where you can see a little bit of the glazing wearing, but it's not like it's peeling or anything like that. I'm just gonna say that it's sturdy rather than being an actual defect. But here is on the other side, and on this side, if I open the flap, you can see a little bit of more creasing right here, but it's not tearing or cracking by no means. So the inside, again, an empty open compartment, no additional slip pockets or zippers. This is the keychain, so very nice detail right there. My actual key charm itself is in great condition. Coming onto the back, my zipper has a little bit of wear right here on the corner or on the edge of the actual glazing, if you can see that. My actual zipper is fine. If anything, it has fingerprints more than hairline scratches, but there's that. My zipper, perfect condition. The inside, like I said, it is like a leather leather in there and it's pretty clean in there too. So I actually want to be a little bit biased and say that it's in excellent condition, but because it does have some wear on the zipper pull or on that edge tip right there, and then my hardware being just a tad bit dull, I am going to classify this as a very good condition whenever I'm searching in Fashionphile. So for this one, I am not going to put that I'm looking for a Marine Rouge combination within Fashionphile because it might not be available, right? I'll be limited myself if I do search by that particular term. Now in glancing, I am going to try to look for one, and as you see, I do have a black one hearted because I obviously can no longer get it in store. So they have two Empreinte Key Pouches in the Marine Rouge combination in the very good condition, one being $465 and the other one being $510. Just looking at that top profile picture, there's a lot of wear on the button for the one that they are wanting to sell for $465. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click on the $510 one, glance through the photos, and so far it looks very spot on in terms of being compatible to mine. For my market comparison, I am going to use this one. It is also in the Marine Rouge combination, which is fantastic, and then is retailing for $510 in the pre-owned market. Purchased this piece for $440. Fashionphile has it for $510. In this piece, I am only gaining $70 of potential in resale, so just hold on to it. It doesn't increase too much in value, just comparing the length of time that I've had this piece to what I can get for it now. I am still very much in love with it, that the $70 is not significant for me to be able to say or justify getting rid of this one. So that is the key pouch in the Marine Rouge combination. Third item is a popular one by Louis Vuitton. This is the 6-ring key holder. I have it in the Damier Ebene canvas. This one is just a simple one canvas piece. It does not have any pockets or zippers on the back end. In the inside, like I said, it is the 6-ring key holder, has 6 brass rings and a brass bracket to be able to adjust, remove any of the key rings if you want to use less. Purely just a key holder. Whenever I got this piece, it retailed for $265. Now, if you go into Louis Vuitton, they do still offer it for $325. I did want to point out very quickly that for the very first time in history, at least that I'm aware of, these two pieces right here are the exact same retail price at $325. In the past, it was that the key pouch was way less than the 6-ring key holder, but in present day today in 2023, they are the exact same price, which kind of tells me that this one's a little bit more valuable compared to this one if you are contemplating on having one very first piece from Louis Vuitton and you want it to be absolutely perfect. Based on the pricing, it seems like this one's the best. But coming back to the 6-ring key holder, I'm going to show you the wear on this piece. I have had this piece for quite some time and I have used it every single day, or that is to say that it does live inside of my handbag because I do access the keys that are in here on a regular basis. It does have wear on the glazing, and I want to say that it's primarily because of me just dumping it into my handbags. I do have a little protector here on my button. My little protective sticker is actually kind of peeling off. You can kind of see a little bit of residue from the sticker being on there for so long. So I'm hoping that whenever I do peel it off, it's not gonna bring any of that brass color with it. Looking at the canvas itself, it is not cracking or peeling, or it doesn't look like it's dehydrated at all. That is good. And then right here on this stitching, there's a little bit of fraying, but other than that, I want to say that my piece is in very good condition. Just this corner in particular is where I have the most wear. Again, my glazing is not peeling or tearing or chipping. It's just kind of wearing down. Looking at Fashionphile, I just typed Louis Vuitton 6 key holder and I got a few different options. I'm gonna look for one that is in a very good condition, or actually I should filter through that now. And as you saw in that initial search, there is a lot of monogram canvas. That is the most popular canvas that you can get this one in, or that you might see around. That is one that I wanted, but I did go during Christmas time and they only had this one, which at the time that I did go into the store, I was wearing a Damier Ebene handbag, so it was kind of like, you know, it matches. But I did actually wanted to get a monogram one because of that colorful interior options. Now they do have this one in the rose ballerine as well, but that is a little bit too light for my liking. So there is one in the Samir Ebin, but it looks like there's a lot of wear on the actual canvas itself. And my canvas is fine. It's not tearing away or chipping in color. Now let me take a look at this one. Okay, so I think I'm gonna use this one as a comparison. It does say it has a sticky surface, which mine does not. My actual canvas does not have scuffs, but again, my glazing is not the best condition. I'm gonna use this one as a comparison. So Fashionphile has this one for $305 US. From my purchase price of $265 to the $305 that Fashionphile has it, that is only $40 in gain. So not very significant. It's actually not a great value compared to what it is that I paid for. If you are considering this piece at $305 compared to the retail at $325, just go get it from the Louis Vuitton store. So the $40 in gain, at least it's a gain and not a loss, but it's not enough for me to say yes, take it. Like, I still very much use this piece and it's still serving a purpose within my collection. If it was maybe like $200, then I'll probably be like, oh, okay, yeah, take it, I'll just go buy a new one, but it's not the case. Moving on to the fourth item, this is the Toiletry Pouch in the size 26 in the monogram canvas. This one is the older version or the original version before they discontinued this piece. So one continuous canvas piece, like you can see on one end it's upright, on the other one is reversed. On the side it is canvas also. It does have a little leather detail right here on the tab. On the inside it does have that wipeable Vuittonite interior. Mine, I have only used it as an actual cosmetic case. I used it one time as a clutch, but even then I don't think it's spacey enough to use it as a clutch. It has height, but I think for me, I needed to have width for me to classify it as a comfortable clutch. Now, of course, it did work just fine, but just a side note from my experience of using it as a clutch one time. So in the inside, it does not have any slip pockets or zipper compartments or even like a divider in the center. It is just one open compartment. This one, I want to say it is in excellent condition. I have a 0 watermarks on my whole tab right here. On the inside, I don't have any stainings, I don't have any tears or anything like that. I do have glitter, but I can pick that up with tape. I do want to classify this as excellent condition. So even though this piece is currently discontinued from Louis Vuitton, I did get this from Louis Vuitton themselves. I purchased this piece for $580 US. Again, it is discontinued, but right before it was discontinued, I want to say it was around $700 or something like that. I'm not too sure. Please correct me down in the comments if you did purchase this right before they discontinued the item. All right, so I keyed in Louis Vuitton Toiletry Pouch 26 and I did filter it down to excellent condition, and right up the top I see a very great one that looks just like mine, and of course it is the top dollar one that I see. And then I do see another one that is for $1,250, which that is amazing. However, that one looks like it has never ever been used. I'm just going to take this top one and take a look at the pictures. Hopefully there is no watermarks. So I'm going to use this one. It is $1,050 from Fashionphile. So Fashionphile wants $1,050 US for this piece as it is. Now the one that I was looking at, it didn't say that it came with a box or a dust bag. Again, mine does have all of that stuff included. So comparing the $580 US that this was purchased at and that market value from Fashionphile, it would be $470 US of a gain. I want to say that I knew that this was going to retain its value, especially because right before it was discontinued, the toiletry pouches were one of the favorites and staples for a Louis Vuitton collection. And then once it was discontinued, that kind of just emphasized more the market value in this particular piece. With that, I'm very happy that I do have this in my collection. It is very versatile. It can be a clutch like I mentioned, or it can be a toiletry pouch or a cosmetic case. I have mainly used this as a cosmetic case within my handbags. if I was to be in need of money, then this would be something I can consider selling. However, I am very thankful that I do have this item within my collection, especially because it is discontinued and I can no longer get it straight from Louis Vuitton. But anyways, this is the Toiletry Pouch in the 26 size. Moving on to my fifth item, this is the GM Cosmetic Pouch. This is in the monogram canvas. This is the only canvas that they were offering this right before it was discontinued. Now that is news to me. Right before sitting down to record this video, I found out that it's no longer available from the Louis Vuitton website. So I am considering this as a discontinued piece, even though I haven't really heard anything official about it. I guess not a lot of people are looking into buying this item anymore. Louis Vuitton did release a new cosmetic pouch in the GM size that I want to say, I guess because of the name, is replacing this one, and because this one is no longer in the website, that could be putting two and two together. This is the one that I have. It is one continuous piece of canvas. It does have the corners a little bit tapered. It does also offer pull tabs in vachetta leather. This one has a lipstick holder, a slip pockets, and an additional slip pocket, which the other one that they do still offer has this pocket right here, and then it just has the open compartment for you to put your things in there. So this piece, I want to say that it is in very good condition, and only because I do have a tad bit of wear on the corners, on these two corners right here that I'll show you. The canvas has like a protective covering on the top that seems to be like peeling off a little bit. I purchased the GM cosmetic case for $675 US right before it was discontinued. I do believe that is the very last price that it was retailing for. Looking at fashion file really quickly, again, very good condition. That is what I'm gonna search based on. All right, so they only have a few, and they actually only have one monogram piece that they're rating it as excellent condition. Actually, it has a little bit of some marks on the actual canvas, and for that reason, I'm just gonna go ahead and consider it as an equal, just because mine has wear. My interior does not look like that at all, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use this one because all the other ones that they have currently available on the website are in the Damier Event canvas. This one is $820, comparing the $675 price that I paid for and the $820 that Fashion File is wanting for this piece. That is only $145 gain. So far in all of the pricing that I am sharing with you today, I am mostly winning rather than losing on the SLGs, which, if you saw my last video, is a good sign. So I'm very happy about that. This is one of my newer-ish pieces into my collection. If you are looking into getting this particular piece in the new Louis Vuitton Cosmetic Pouch GM is too big for your liking, or it's too big to carry it on an everyday basis within your handbag, I would say this is worth getting it from the pre-owned market. Just kind of be careful with the actual wear of the pull tabs and on the corners. The interior, if that's dirty, it's a wipeable interior, and you can always use like a lint roller to pick up any debris that may be in there. So just keep that in mind. So up next is a very unique piece that I'm not quite sure what the actual retail price of it is. Louis Vuitton does offer it currently in store, but it comes as a combo, and the piece that I'm talking about is the Neverfull MM Pouch. The PM version does have a pouch as well, but in a smaller size. I want to say that the Neverfull GM has the pouch in this exact same size. I am just going to call it the Neverfull MM Pouch because I don't have a GM version to be able to confirm. This is the only pouch that I do have. I have it in this Game On collection. It is very cool. It has a card right here on the front, and on the back has this outline in black, red, and white. Whenever I was pulling this piece for this video, I kept telling myself, like, why don't I use it more? Because it is so special, and it's cool that on the back it's still kind of classic if you don't really want to show the fronts. The condition itself, it does have a little bit of wear, which is interesting because I don't really use this piece. I probably used it maybe 3 times, so that is pretty much just the glazing. The actual graphic itself, it's still the same color. There is no discoloration, there is no bleeding of another color or color transfer to it. My actual strap itself is a little bit in the pinker tone, but it was like that ever since I got it. My actual tab right here, it is a little bit more honey compared to the actual strap. The interior being this textile lining, again, I don't really use this piece, so it is in excellent condition in the inside. And then I do have my little original cards here that comes with the piece, and then the little inside stamp right there is perfect. There's no watermarks, no staining or nothing. I can't really quantify it exactly. Right, so in fashion file, I'm just gonna put Louis Vuitton Neverfull MM Pouch. I'm gonna look for anything that is in either new or excellent condition for this one. And I'm gonna look for one that is not leather, but that is in the limited edition versions. So preferably one that's a little bit darker. Okay, so I am gonna use this one. Spring in the City pouch in the fuchsia. This is actually very pretty. All right, so I'm gonna use this one, and Fashion File wants $1,105 for this piece. And like I said, I can't just walk into Louis Vuitton and walk out with one of these unless I get a Neverfull. For that reason, not knowing exactly how to quantify that, I'm just gonna say that it is a 100% gain if I was to sell this piece in particular, because it's almost about half of what the actual bag was whenever I got this. I think it was maybe like $2,730 or something like that. I might have to look back through my records to double confirm, but at $1,105 US, it's a great deal if I do want to sell this one and just keep my Neverfull. So this is a excellent item to have within my collection, especially being limited edition and knowing that you can't really get it if you want one, you know what I mean? A very cool piece to have, and I am quite proud of it, even though I don't use it like I should. Still very happy about having this in my collection. All right, moving on to the very last item, and this is my newest little piece that I have. If you've made it this far, if you're not subscribed, please head down and subscribe because it tells me you've enjoyed it. And this is the piece that I'm talking about. This is the mini Pochette Accessoires with chain, so the 2023 version. Not much introduction other than this is the iconic piece, just with an extra bonus of the chain. I did do an unboxing of this and kind of did a what fits in here, and my phone does fit in here. And the inside looks just like the original mini Pochette Accessoires. It's just an open compartment, no slip pockets or zipper pockets of any kind. And like I said, I did just get this piece in 2023, so I want to say this is in excellent, or if not in brand new condition. I have used this piece maybe 5 times now, and I am loving it so far. So I'm gonna do a quick close-up really quick so you can see all the detail on this bag, but like I said, it's pretty much new. So this piece I got for $860 US, and it's currently still retailing from Louis Vuitton themselves for the same price of $860 US. I'm gonna check in Fashion File to see if they have it, but it's relatively new that I don't really know anyone is interested in selling theirs. Let's just see. All right, so it's actually very hard to find a mini Pochette Accessoires on chain on the resale market. I'm assuming whoever did buy it does not want to get rid of it, especially being so new. They want to enjoy it. So for that reason, in Fashion File, I'm just gonna sort from high to low and pick the highest price mini Pochette that they do have available. I think that's just fair, just because it does come with the chain, and it's not particularly the versions that come up whenever you do search mini Pochette Accessoires in the website. All right, so I found one. I'm gonna use this mini from the 2021 animated collection. So $1,290 US compared to the purchase price of $860. That is $430 in gain. And that is amazing considering I've only had this in my collection for a few weeks. So this piece in itself is a great value. Quick summary of all of the numbers. So my total purchase price comes down to $3,755 US. For the in-store purchase price, for the items that were discontinued, I just used that price that I paid for and tallied that straight down. So that is $3,935 US. Comparing that to the purchase price, that's only $180 of gain, so not too much there. Tallying all the numbers from what Fashion File wanted for all of the pieces, that comes down to $5,445 US. Now that sounds amazing. A gain of $1,690 US total. That in itself is my total net worth of my Louis Vuitton SLGs. I hope you did enjoy this video. Let me know what items you liked from my collection, or what are the items that you are considering selling from your collection. If you are new and you made it this far into the video, I hope you'll decide to subscribe. And before I let you go, I do want to thank you so very much for spending a little bit of your day with me, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.